Loma Linda, 1050 AM, the station that leaves no listener behind.
Episode of The Real Men Real Estate, hosted by me, Thomas F. Chappelle Jr. Just wanted to have some more fun doing this. Wanted to let people know the purpose of me doing the show is to basically bring content to encourage people to change their lives, do something different, being able to be fulfilled at whatever they want to do, that nothing's impossible to do. You know, so when I bring the guest on, I ask them certain things about their history so people get to know them as an individual. So if they ever decided to get off the couch or, hey, I don't like my job anymore, I want to change and do something better, or whatever, now they know that they can go out and achieve whatever goal that they want to achieve. So please sit back, enjoy the journey with us, and just listen and have fun and take some notes, if you will, and reach out to us to let us know what you think about the show, as well as what you want to find out, the things that we're doing that might possibly can help you out. So as we go further on, my guest today is Miss Christina Harris. And I ended up meeting this young lady a couple of years ago at a real estate meeting called Inland Empire Real Estate Investment Club. And then she turned around and ended up going to my meeting, which is the Black Inland Empire Real Estate Investment Club, which you can attend virtually every third Wednesday of the month. So, Ms. Harris, let the people know who you are and why you're here, and I thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. So my name is Christine, born in Berkeley, California, raised in San Bernardino, California.
You born where?
I was born in Berkeley.
Berkeley?
Up north.
Wow.
So, born
How
up
many
north.
black people up in Berkeley?
I have no clue. So yeah, born up north, but raised out here, San Bernardino, California. Spent my last 39 years here.
Okay. So in that time frame, what have you done since you got here to San Bernardino?
Well, what I've done, I graduated from Cajon High School in 2001. After high school, I really didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. So I worked jobs here and there for the city of San Bernardino. Then after that, I was kind of working these jobs. I had these jobs, but I did not have health benefits.
Okay.
So once I got 21, I was cut off, the medical benefits. So I went down to the county. And when I went down to the county, I was asked two questions. The first question was, how many kids did I have? I didn't have kids at the time, so I said none. So then the next question I was asked was, well, are you pregnant? I was not pregnant, so I said no.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, so after that, after answering those two questions, with my reply being no, I was told that I could not get any help. So I asked the lady, I said, so since I don't have kids, you can't help me. So if I go get pregnant, then I can get the help. She kind of looked at me and she's like, no, that's not what yes, basically that's what you're telling me. So I had been hearing a lot about the psych tech program. My initial goal was to go for nursing. However, my grades were not the best in science. So I diverted over to a one-year program, San Bernardino Valley College psych tech program, which is a one-year program. So I did my prereqs. After doing my prereqs, I got into the program. The program is a year. So I got into the program. I completed the first semester, program going good. After the first semester, in January, my brother was shot and killed. He was 17 at the time. Thank you. He was 17. So I was debating whether to continue on with the program or not. Luckily, I had a good support system. My mom had my back. She told me just continue going on. So I pressed on, finished the psych tech program in August of 2007. I went and took my state boards October 1st, 2007. I passed the first time around, thank God. It was by the grace of God that I passed the first time. So after passing, a few months later, I ended up getting a job with the state of California. So I worked a state job for about 9 years. I was 9 years into my job when I ended up getting injured. I tore my ACL and my meniscus. So I was off work for 2 years and 3 months. During that first year, I realized that I did not have income. I was still getting paid, but I was looking around and I'm like, where is all my money? I was working, but I was working to pay bills. But let me back it up. How I initially got in real estate, I bought my first property in 2009 during the recession. So I was sitting at church one Sunday. The recession had just hit. I didn't know anything about a recession. So my pastor said that there's three things that we should do during this recession. One was save money, repair your credit, and buy property. Now didn't know nothing about how to buy property, where to start, where to begin. But I knew to do those three things because I had a good job in state benefits to help me do this. So I did that. I think after a year of working, I was able to fix my credit, save my money, and buy my first property.
So let me ask you this. For those who right now are listening and possibly been sitting on the couch and wondering what their next step is, how is it that you were able to say, I am going to do this because I need to change my life? You tore your meniscus, and now you're at a crossroads in your life, and you're not sure in what direction you want to go. You know you're having residual income because of your injuries, but there's not nothing solid that you can hang your hat on. So talk about that to where people are sitting back and saying, you know what, I feel her because that's me or somewhat of me. Would you go ahead and elaborate?
So I made a commitment to myself. Mind you, I was off work. I had nothing but time on my hands. So I'm sitting at home and I'm watching, the HD TV of how to repair your homes. And I said, you know what? I'm going to step out on faith and I'm just going to see what it does. So I sold my house. I didn't know a lick about flipping. I sold my house. And it was then when I got my first $90,000 from selling my first property. So I said, I can go blow this money, or this is my opportunity to, one, not have to go back to work, or two, if I do have to go back to work, I want it to be in a different position where I did not have to depend on that job.
Now, you had $90,000 in cash.
Yes, and I think I was
Greenback.
31.
And you turned around and said, I'm going to take this and invest into myself instead of blowing it.
Yes, yes.
Now, that's a very difficult thing because $90,000 at 31 years old,
Yes.
you could have went on extravagant vacation, got you the type of car you wanted, set yourself up in maybe a condo, if you will, and just lived.
Yes.
So what about this HD TV program? Because a lot of people see that and say, oh, that's easy, I can do that, but don't understand the work that goes into it. What was intriguing on whatever show that you saw made you say, that's what I want to do?
Well, first off, it was what I did with my initial home. So when I bought the home, it was not in the best shape inside. Outside was perfectly fine, but inside I had removed all the carpet, put down hardwood. I did the interior paint and I redid the countertops. And I'm like, I could do this again. I could do this because I've done it. So I said, okay, let me go ahead and try it again and use the same system that I used to fix my home and do it with more.
Okay, so most consumers, when they do purchase a house, they do some minor repairs because they want the house to fit their persona, if you will. So you took that as an opportunity to say, you know what, I'm going to make a career out of this. And the fact is, a lot of people wouldn't think like that. They would just say, you know what, hey, I like it because this is my home. This is where I'm going to raise my kids, and let's some unfortunate thing happened to where I have to change and whatnot. So what was the one thing that kept you on path, which means you didn't deviate from that?
I set a goal, and I'm pretty particular. If I set out to do something, I'm going to do it no matter what. So I knew that I did not have a home because I sold my home. And I think for me too, it was being that I was in this large home. It was 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, upstairs, downstairs, 2,500 square feet
By yourself?
by myself.
Wow. Okay.
So
All right, celebrity,
yeah.
go for it.
So I was willing to make that commitment to downsize. So after selling this property, I ended up renting for a couple of years.
Okay.
And then after renting a couple of years, I was ready to buy again. So my current home that I'm in now is actually bigger than the first one I bought.
Okay.
And it's now double the price from when I initially purchased it.
Good, good, good. Now, for those who out are listening to this, whether you're in your car or whether you're in the house or just on your computer, understand that, you have to take a chance on yourself. No one else would do this but you. If you don't if no one believes in you, need to believe in yourself.
Yes.
To understand that you can accomplish anything that you want to accomplish and not feel discouraged. Just being able to find the support that you would need, because like you said, you had the support of your family that especially after the tragedy, they were still there, that supported you. And a lot of people don't do that. They go through deep depression and they don't get out of it, especially if they lost a loved one. So taking that step and going to the next level and whatnot, what else it transpired as far as you when you bought your second home after you said you was ready? What else happened after that?
Well, in between that, I had another brother who actually had passed away as well.
Wow.
Actually, it's 5 of us. I'm the oldest of 5, 3 girls and 2 boys, and the 2 boys are no longer here.
Okay.
So after that, I said, life is too short. This brother, he passed away when he was 23, literally 29 days before his 24th birthday. So I knew that life was too short, and I have all these gifts in me, and I did not want to die with any of my gifts left.
Okay.
So that's what pushes me. That's what motivates me. I know that they're looking over me. They're watching me. They have my back, and I want to make them proud.
So this is like a way to honor them in their passing.
Yes.
By being accomplished in the things that you're doing. That's wonderful. I mean, how many people can actually say that? Like I said, most people go through deep depression and they never get out of it because they can't see anything better for themselves, because they like, it should have been me and not them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, yeah.
And it's not for that person to make that decision, but being able to continue on life in spite of, because I just recently lost my mother and my brother, so I do understand that. So with the knowledge that you have, after you start looking at making this a career, how did you feel about yourself?
Actually, and this is something that I'm still currently struggling with, I have to learn to stop and celebrate each victory. I flipped a total of 12 properties in 1 commercial building, and I never really took the time to stop and celebrate those wins, those victories. So what I do now, which each house I flip, whether it something simple as taking myself out to dinner, I'm gonna take myself out to dinner, whether it be get ice cream. So I'm learning to celebrate those victories.
Okay, hold that thought. We're going to come back to, we're going to take a commercial break, our first one, and we're going to come back with our guests and continue where we left off. Thank you for listening to The Real Men of Real Estate.
The toughest part in the lending process is patience. Like I tell all my clients, once you get those keys in hand, it'll all be worth it.
Everything that they said they were going to do, they did. I saved so much money working with First Lending Solutions. I love my new house. I couldn't be happier.
So reach out to me at First Lending Solutions so I can help you get started.
You can contact Athena Miller with First Lending Solutions at 951-973-0123, athenamillermortgage.com.
Fire Up Connect is the most innovative business networking group, supporting and collaborating with a dozen of small businesses that are interested in building and establishing strong business connections, hosting educational live seminars while carrying out business and community-driven projects, as well as marketing programs as a part of its membership program. Fire Up Connect also offers virtual assistance with a wide range of services including inbound customer support, chat support, appointment setting and email management, graphic designing, video editing, web design and development, social media marketing, e-commerce solution, content writing and much more. For more information, head on over to www.fireupconnect.com. Fire Up Connect, helping success stories unfold every day.
Real Men of Real Estate.
Men of Real Estate radio show here on KCAA.
Most mortgages can be purchased.
All of us want to live in thriving communities.
Basically, go to the radio station, KCAAradio.com.
You can find us on your dial at 102.3 FM, 1050 AM, as well as 106.5 FM.
Thank you for coming back to the Real Men of Real Estate, hosted by your guest, Thomas F. Chappelle Jr. I'm here with my special guest, Christina Harrison. We was talking about, you accepting your wins. Now, I'm gonna take you a little further back because you was talking about accepting your wins. Now, before we get into that, I'm going to say I'm going to have a party there because I bugged the hell out of you. I stayed in your behind.
Yes, you did. Yes.
So I could accept part of that victory there.
Yes.
But you said that you flipped 12 units and whatnot. Before you started flipping, were you in the investment clubs at that time, or you was doing it before you went to the investment clubs?
No, I was actually doing it before I went to the investment club.
Okay, just speak about that.
So how I actually got into the investment club, so I'm out here flipping, and I noticed that I needed to be around other like-minded people who were actually doing what it was that I was doing, getting in the rooms with these people, because I needed that motivation and just to be around people, because here I am talking to my friends and they're like, I don't want to hear it. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't understand. So I had to start putting myself in those positions and getting in those rooms with other like-minded people.
Okay, so how many clubs did you end up going to?
Actually, just two. Yours and then also the Inland Empire.
Okay, so how did you find the Inland Empire?
A friend of a friend recommended. He had moved to Texas and he was also flipping, and he recommended the group because here I was so eager to be in these rooms that I was getting ready to pay, I believe it was like $10,000 to join a group. And I had already put down my deposit.
Wow.
I put down my deposit. And my friend said, well, let me call my friend and introduce you to him, and he could tell you about the group that he went to for free. So she connected us. He told me about the group, and I was sold when I went to the first meeting. I was definitely sold just to be in the room with other like-minded people.
And that's where I met you, and I done drove you crazy ever since then.
Yes. No doubt about it.
Well, see, the whole point of it is that, you go to the meetings, and majority of the meetings are white. No disrespect to the meetings. They white guests, white speakers, white hosts. So a lot of minorities don't feel like they have the right criteria and they don't belong.
Right.
So That was the point of me having my club. The two organizers that used to own the Inland Empire came to me and was like, well, Thomas, look, we want to start this meeting. We want to start this all black club, but we feel funny, two white guys running it. And they asked me would I run it, and I wasn't thinking about a club at the time. I'm like, I didn't know what I had to offer. But before I can say no, yes came out my mouth, and come next month, the club would be 4 years old.
Wow,
And I have over
congratulations.
2,700 members in county. The club grows every day. But the whole thing of it was the club was created to give minorities a platform to showcase their talent, working with people that look like them, walk like them, and talk like them. Now, you knowing that there's a lot of ethnicity organizations out there, but they don't do what they say they're going to do. So excuse me. So basically, we don't stay. We say, oh, they not for real. They just joking around. And the other clubs, they want all this money. And on that, saying that you was ready to put aside, 10 grand to go to this meeting and be a part of it. May I ask what meeting was it?
I do not know. They used to have those free seminars, and they get
Fortune
you.
Builders?
Yes, I believe so. They get you in there with that free information, and they give you just enough. So I knew what it was that I was doing, but I just needed that extra. So yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing because I did go to Fortune Builders. It's not a 2 hour free seminar; it's actually a half hour. But they giving you that 2 hours, that extra hour and a half window for you to decide whether or not
Right.
you're going to go to the 3 day. And then once you get to the 3 day, it's $200. And then once you get to the 3 day, then they say,
Yes.
okay, it's $25,000, $45,000, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 for you to come to our system. And then they say it's going to take you about 6 months. You get to meet Dan Merrill. And I'm no disrespect. I
Right.
appreciate the hustle, but Mama didn't raise no fool. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people get jilted by these so-called gurus and don't learn anything. And that's the purpose of a lot of these real estate investment clubs. They're like-minded people that's coming together, meeting other minds, helping each other out, finding deals, working with each other, the whole 9 yards. They're not asking for a whole bushel of money. They just saying, hey, $20 for the venue. You know what I'm saying? You get some water, maybe a cup of coffee. Some of the meets like the Inland Empire, when the guys had it, they were giving you food.
It
They
was
were spoiling
phenomenal.
you.
Yes.
They spoiled the heck out of a
Yes.
lot of people. But, you got some value out of it, and all it cost you was time and driving space. That's pretty
Yes.
much it. $20 and that was it. And you got a whole lot of information, and you got opportunities to find people that you can work with. You found money.
Yes.
You found partners. You found appraisal people. You found escrow people, contractors. You find all these people right at your fingertips instead of paying some so-called guru that's going to give you a taste and want to dig more into your pocketbook
Right.
and put you more in debt to where now you go back to your 8 to 5 begging them to give you more hours because you got to pay all this debt back.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? And a lot of people are not to the point where they feel comfortable enough to take that opportunity and say, you know what? I'm going to sell my house, turn the money that I get into my house, from my house, and turn it into an opportunity where I can do this on a regular basis. A lot of people are not doing that. And that's what people need to understand and hear, why I bring people on like you to say, hey, it doesn't take a lot. You said you started and you had no clue what you were doing.
None.
You had no clue. You already had 2 of your family members that passed away. And it's like, what am I going to do in my space? You know what I'm saying? They passed away at a young age, and I don't know where. I'm the oldest. I got to bring some value to my younger siblings to say, hey, you could have a better life as
Yes.
well. So that's is really amazing on that. So going back to the investment club, and going back to the fact is, after you start doing that, how many more did you flip after that?
Ooh, after the investment club, let's say when I first started, I think I was on flip 5. So after attending the investment club, I ended up flipping a total of 7 more. I met my hard money lender there. I had did my first off-market deal just with the connections that I made at the investment club. There was a time I remember it was called Let's Make a Deal or We'll Go Over Your Deal.
Yes, yes.
And I remember I had this deal. It was my first off-market deal. And I got up and I presented the deal to the group. There was one person in the group that got up and said, "Excuse my French, that's a shitty deal." And I was just like, I was so nervous. And I was just like, okay, like, is it? But I stood firm on it. And I said, despite what he says, I'm still going to go with this deal. And that ended up being one of my biggest deals.
Okay, okay. I like that. I like that. So the real estate clubs did bring value to you.
Yes.
Now, how many partners did you find at these clubs?
I want to say I found two partners. Two that I've actually worked with.
And how did those work out?
They worked out good. You know, I have a lot of trust issues, especially when it comes to business. So I had to.
Don't I know that? But keep going.
I had to get over that. So it actually worked out pretty well. We still communicate now. And we still network with each other.
Well, I can tell you getting, I'm not going to say you got over all your trust, but you got enough over your trust to deal with me because you wouldn't be sitting here today if I had never kept bugging you.
Yes,
you know,
you
and she
definitely
knows,
stayed on me.
Yes, that's the kind of guy I am, you know. I appreciate that. I'm going to take all the kudos from that. So, and all that, if you look back over your life, would you do this again?
Most definitely.
Why?
I used to always say when I did my first flip after selling my house, I was like, I'm not going to do this again. And then I did the third one and I was like, I'm not going to do this again. I kept saying it and then I looked up and I'm 12 houses in. So I would definitely do it. The experience that I've learned from the process and the knowledge, definitely well worth it.
So you're saying that your innermost child will be pleased at what you became?
Oh, most definitely.
Okay,
most definitely.
Good. So now that we did the houses and whatnot, where are you in your life now?
So after doing my last investment, I kind of took a break. I just sold my last property in May. So I kind of been on a break. But in the midst of that, I end up opening up a venue, which is called Venue 38. It's an event space. The reason why it's called Venue 38 is because at the time that I established it, I was 38. So it's located here in Redlands, California. It's 2,400 square feet. I literally had to redo everything from flooring to paint to the design, the interior design, but I've learned all this from my flipping.
So, in other words, and from what I'm hearing, instead of you flipping, you should have been an interior design person.
Well, that's really not my specialty. It's really not my specialty, but yes.
But I mean, taking it from that point, you know, and it's a very amazing. So, here's a question I would like to put out there, especially from a woman's perspective. What would you tell a woman out there right now that's in that position that you were in? What would you tell a woman right now that would make her want to do what you did?
Anything is possible. Anything. If you believe in yourself, I believed in myself. I bet on myself. I didn't let nobody stop me. I didn't let nobody talk me out of what it was that I wanted to do. I was focused and I had my eye on the prize.
Now, with all that, did you have any of your family members help out, friends help out, or did you just get people in the field like contractors and things like that?
I just had people in the field. Actually, the initial person that was kind of helping me in my flips was a family friend. He kind of got me started. He would help me with repairs and things like that. But for the most part, family just supported me with motivation because nobody had ever flipped a home. So they really didn't
understand.
Yes, they didn't understand.
So coming outside their comfort zone, outside their box, they really kind of stayed back because they wasn't sure if they was going to be doing it right.
Right.
Okay, okay. So now, not just speaking to women, but also speaking to a lot of people is that it's hard when you don't think that if it's possible, and a lot of people don't, especially us. We kill ourselves because we don't think that we can do this. We don't think that we have what it takes, and little do we know, if we truly believe in ourselves, we can do this. Just like with myself, when I came into it, I started doing this in my late 40s. Now, just like most people, I went to school, but I didn't finish. You know what I'm saying? I went to college, I didn't finish. I was playing sports, football was my thing, and I was looking at that was my ticket to supposed to get out, and getting injured and then chasing women and having kids, and I went and did like everybody else, got an 8 to 5, and I knew that there was more in me that was ready to come out, but I just didn't know how to bring it out. So I didn't have no mentors at that time, or I didn't have that kind of support at that time to say you can do something different. So I just went on, and when I got to my late 40s, after being a single dad and raising my son, I said I didn't want him to be a statistic. I didn't want him to be like me. So let me do something different. And then I ended up moving to California, and then turn around, I ran into the owners of the club, and that's how my life just got started. We're going to stop here, take another commercial break, and we'll be back more with our guests. Thank you for listening to The Real Men of Real Estate.
The toughest part in the lending process is patience. Like I tell all my clients, once you get those keys in hand, it'll all be worth it.
Everything that they said they were going to do, they did. I saved so much money working with First Lending Solutions. I love my new house. I couldn't be happier.
So reach out to me at First Lending Solutions so I can help you get started.
You can contact Defina Miller with First Lending Solutions at 951-973-0123, DefinaMillerMortgage.com.
Fire Up Connect is the most innovative business networking group, supporting and collaborating with a dozen of small businesses that are interested in building and establishing strong business connections, hosting educational live seminars while carrying out business and community-driven projects, as well as marketing programs as a part of its membership program. Fire Up Connect also offers virtual assistance with a wide range of services, including inbound customer support, chat support, appointment setting and email management, graphic designing, video editing, web design and development, social media marketing, e-commerce solution, content writing, and much more. For more information, head on over to www.fireupconnect.com. Fire Up Connect, helping success stories unfold every day.
Real Men of Real Estate.
Men of Real Estate radio show here on KCAA.
Most mortgages can be purchased.
All of us want to live in thriving communities.
Basically, go to the radio station KCAA radio.com.
You can find us on your dial at 102.3 FM, 1050 AM, as well as 106.5 FM.
Back to the Real Men of Real Estate, hosted by me, Thomas F. Chappelle Jr. I'm here with my special guest, Christina Harrison, and I was just giving some insight about, taking that step, that leap of faith, knowing that there's not one thing that you cannot accomplish in life itself. It seems hard, but it's very easy. You just got to believe, believe, believe. So, what does the future hold for Ms. Harris?
Well, I am definitely looking forward to opening up a couple of more venues. Next one I decide to open, I will be owning the building. So I'm looking forward to that. Venue 38 just got approved, final approval from the city of Redlands, so we're good to go. And we're definitely looking forward to opening more. I'm in the process of getting the name trademark as well as the logo. That's something that they don't tell us about, is getting your business trademark. So I'm also in the process of working on that as well.
Okay, so is flipping still a part of that, or are you going to step back from that, or are you going to do more holding, or are you just going to teach?
I'm actually looking forward to doing more flipping, and not so much flipping, but also holding on to the property. That's where I'm starting to learn. It's not so much about that quick cash, it's about having more investment property. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
So let's take a step here. Most people don't understand that money does not make you rich. The more money you have, the more opportunities you're going to have to spend. That's the first thing. The less money you have, the less opportunities you have to spend. And people think that money is the end all, the be all, and it's not.
No.
What it really is the more assets you have, the more richer you are, or the richer you become. The less assets you have, the less richer you become. So you didn't even answer my third point. You know I'm going back to that. When are you going to start teaching?
I am actually in the process of working on that. I'm currently working on my ebook. It's going to be an e-workbook.
Whoa,
Yes.
so now you're doing an ebook. Now, what type of ebook is this going to be?
So it's an ebook on how to flip, flipping for beginners, because I was a beginner. I didn't know nothing about flipping. So I'm taking everything that I've experienced, all the knowledge, all the lessons, the things to do, the things not to do, and I'm putting it in a book.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, don't forget to add my name to this book. I
Most
want to see my
definitely.
name in lights, because I had a hand in it, because I
Yes,
don't
you
feel like
did.
if I didn't push you, then you wouldn't be where
Yes,
you are.
you definitely stayed on me, and I appreciate that.
No problem. So congratulations. That's
Thank
a good,
you.
because I'm about to do a book on real estate. I
Okay.
wasn't even thinking. I did a book on another topic, but I wasn't thinking about doing any more books. And the only reason why I did that book because the pastor pissed me off. And the Bible says, write the vision and make it plain. So
Yes.
that's what I did, because I didn't know what else to do. And I was looking for answers and whatnot. So a partner of mine was like, well, what you going to call your book? And I'm thinking to myself, I already wrote a book. No, what you going to call your real estate book? So now I'm doing a real estate book. And the book I'm going to end up doing is honoring my mentors that helped me get here.
Okay.
One of my mentors that was very close to me, and you should know who he is, Mick Blackwell. He just recently passed away, and we end up getting closer in the latter part of his years based on the fact that he indicated that he met my mother. Now, I don't remember him ever meet my mother, but everything he said verbatim, the way he said it, sent chills my spine because it's like she was actually saying it. So that's what I decided to do. So it's like the Bill Tans of the world, the Christina Suitors of the world, the Stephen Todds of the world, Aaron Noah just passed and Coach just passed. So all these different people, and of course Andy Teasley, that had a very influential part in me learning this business. They took me up under their wing, and the one thing they said to me is that the reason why they don't have a problem helping me because I showed up every day. And see, people don't show
Yes.
up every day. They come and then they expect everything to be handed to them, and people don't have no problem give you the keys to the kingdom, but if you're not going to show up, and not just showing up, being engaged.
Right.
A lot of people don't engage. They think, okay, well, I'm here. What you want me to do? No, do something. I tell people the Nike got the biggest slogan in the world. Just do
Yes.
it. It doesn't matter if you know it or you don't know it. Just do it. There's going to be people that's going to come around you and enhance what you're doing. You can't reinvent the wheel, but you can damn sure enhance it. So
Right.
the point is that you took that mandate. You had a mandate. We all got a mandate on it. You took that mandate and you rode that mandate and you succeeded in that. And that's phenomenal. That's something that a lot of people that don't do. And that was one of the reasons why I wanted to bring you on, is to let people hear your story, because we all have a story to tell.
Yes.
And that story is that you had some things that happened in your life, whether they was roadblocks or tragedies, and you overcame those tragedies, those roadblocks. and yes, that's what people need to hear. So what you write in that book is going to be phenomenon, because it's going to inspire somebody else, and they're going to be saying, I got inspired because of you. I heard you on the radio, I heard your story, and because I heard that, it inspired me to want to go do something else. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody came up to you and said that to you, how would you feel?
I would feel good. I would feel good. I would definitely feel good to know that little old me from San Bernardino made an impact in somebody else's life.
See, that's what I do. That's why I get on, because I'm pouring a piece of me into that individual to become something that they want to become, not what I want them to become, but something they want because somebody did that to me.
Right, yes.
You see what I'm saying? So you have to pass it on. We talk about testimonies, but in order to have a testimony, you have to have a test. Everybody goes through a test. And what that test is that anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. They just gotta, they gotta see it through. And a lot of people want that instantaneous kind of result, and it doesn't happen because one, you're gonna get disappointed because you expected to be one way and it came back a different way, or you expected somebody to do something and they didn't do it. They said they was gonna be there and they didn't show up. And instead of you getting disappointed, just getting discouraged, you continue on in spite of. And that's what this show brings, is that people can do this. There's always someone here to help and inspire. Always someone here, and you can always reach out to them. That's why I have the clubs. These clubs out here are niches to people to give them the insight on what they're doing, because there's very many facets to real estate. A lot of ways you can do real estate. I mean, there's several ways, and a lot of people have niches on what they do. Your thing is that you became a flipper and you got good at it. You know what I'm saying? To where now you got halls that you opening up.
Yes.
So this hall that you have, what's going to be the main attraction for it?
So right now, the main thing is booking parties, whether it be baby showers, graduations. I am looking to actually host investment classes on how to flip. That's something that is definitely in the works and will be coming soon within the next few months before the year is out.
Okay, because if I bug you and I don't see it, then I won't hear. But keep going.
Yes, so I have to put it out there to be held accountable. You have to hold yourself accountable, or somebody has to hold you accountable.
Exactly.
So definitely put that out there. I actually put out there that I was working on an ebook. I started and then I stopped, and I'm now back working on it because I put it out there and people were like, "Hey, where's that ebook?
Exactly.
Are you working on that ebook?" So they hold me accountable. So yes, the event, we've had wedding receptions, just amazing, beautiful events. Right now, the big thing is Sweet 16s. And it's gratifying to be a part of somebody's celebration. We just had someone who just celebrated her 80th birthday here at the venue. So it's just little things like that that is just gratifying, that I can provide a beautiful, elegant space for someone to come and have their celebration, whether it be a celebration of life, celebration of death. It's very gratifying.
So I'm going to throw a curveball at you real quick. What do you think about ADUs? Because that's the phenomenal thing right now.
I would definitely love to get into that. I think it's it's something that's profitable. Actually, I'm going to go bid on a property in Garden Grove coming this Saturday.
Okay.
And the backyard is definitely big enough to...
Now, what time is the auction?
The auction is at 10 a.m.
Oh, man. There's an ADU summit that's going to be at the Back Porch Home facility from 9 to 1.
Oh, okay.
I mean, even though they're going to have many times to have these events, and they're teaching people on how to benefit from doing ADUs. Also understanding the SB 9 rule and the SB 10 rule on being able to put those in your backyard, that you can subdivide and you can take the SB 10 and you can put multiple units on one. So there's classes that's going to be held on ADUs and park models and things of that nature. So if you get a chance, you can follow it on the Black Inland Empire Real Estate Investment Club for the next meeting and whatnot. So just keep looking out for it because everybody's interested. I mean, this ADU thing is just going out of town right now. And some people are afraid of it because the fact is that they wouldn't mind putting in their backyard, but they don't want a stranger there. And I tell people the funny part, when you move in a neighborhood, they strangers. You got strangers on left, right, front, back, and you know what? Until you meet them, you don't know who they are. But see, here's the difference. You get to interview that person to become a potential tenant in your unit. You know, whether you living in the main house and got the ADU in the back or what have you. So I don't get the concept of they being afraid, but a lot of people are. So I think ADUs are going to be the new thing for affordable housing and whatnot, and everybody should take a stab at it. So congratulations if you end up getting this bid. Throw an ADU on the back of it.
Yes, most definitely.
Throw one. Throw as many as you can. I mean, I don't know how big the lot is, but throw as many as you can. Oh, there you go. You know, now you turn it in from a single to a duplex to a triplex, maybe a quadplex.
Right. Yes.
Yes, indeed. So, with all that going on and everything that you have accomplished, and you said your next adventure, where are you as far as, or do you feel like you're overwhelmed? Are you calm? Are you at peace or what?
I am currently at peace. There was a time where it was total chaos, especially when the pandemic hit and having to flip a home, waiting for it to sell, and working on the venue. I was definitely stressed out, but you know what helped me?
I remember that because you called me on that.
Yes, I was beyond stress, and what really helped me, and what a lot of people don't like to talk about, is seeing a therapist.
Oh, okay.
I see a therapist. She is phenomenal, and I dump everything on her, but we come up with solutions together. That has definitely helped me out.
That is interesting.
Yes.
That is interesting.
Yes. And we meet on Zoom. And it's in the comfort of your home. And I talk to her about anything.
So that right there clears you to continue to focus on doing bigger and better things.
Yes, exactly. And I also have a relationship with God, and I talk to him as well. Sometimes I need somebody to talk back to me.
That's good. That's real good. I am proud. I mean, a lot of people would not even admit to that. You know what I'm saying? And to have the courage to say that, I mean, I can't do nothing but commend you on that.
Thank you.
You know, I can't do nothing but do that because, you know, it's not stressful, but going through that situation, it was hard. It was real hard because people didn't know what to think or what to feel.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And it scared a whole lot of people because they didn't know whether they was going to be here or was they going to die, whatever the case may be. So for you to go through that struggle and to finish doing it out, because I did the same thing. I bought houses during the pandemic. Mm-hmm. I didn't let any of that stop me. Another story for another day, but I didn't panic. You know, just like we always talk about in this field that we have an issue with 2008. You know, 2008 is gone. It's not coming back, but a lot of people still refer to it. We're going to take our last final break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to wrap it up with our special guest here. Thank you for listening to The Real Men of Real Estate.
The toughest part in the lending process is patience. Like I tell all my clients, once you get those keys in hand, it'll all be worth it.
Everything that they said they were going to do, they did. I saved so much money working with First Lending Solutions. I love my new house. I couldn't be happier.
So reach out to me at First Lending Solutions so I can help you get started.
You can contact Defina Miller with First Lending Solutions at 951-973-0123, definamillermortgage.com.
Fire Up Connect is the most innovative business networking group, supporting and collaborating with a dozen of small businesses that are interested in building and establishing strong business connections. Hosting educational live seminars while carrying out business and community-driven projects, as well as marketing programs as a part of its membership program. Fire Up Connect also offers virtual assistance with a wide range of services including inbound customer support, chat support, appointment setting and email management, graphic designing, video editing, web design and development, social media marketing, e-commerce solution, content writing and much more. For more information, head on over to www.fireupconnect.com. Fire Up Connect, helping success stories unfold every day.
Real Men of Real Estate.
Men of Real Estate radio show here on KCAA.
Notes, mortgages can be purchased.
All of us want to live in thriving communities.
Basically, go to the radio station KCAA radio.com.
You can find us on your dial at 102.3 FM, 1050 AM, as well as 106.5 FM.
Welcome back to the Real Men of Real Estate here. This is our final segment with my special guest, Christina Harris. I want to put out there, how would people get in contact with you if they want to talk to you or just pick your brain?
You can definitely reach out to me. I'm on Instagram at venue.38, or you can follow my investment page, ch_investments LLC.
Okay. And I am Thomas F. Chappelle Jr., your host here at the Real Men of Real Estate. You can come to my real estate meeting, which is Black Inland Empire Real Estate Investment Club, every third Wednesday of the month. My next guest is Harrison Silverton. He'll be speaking about notes. So if you're very interested in notes, please feel free to just go RSVP or become a member at the Black Inland Empire Real Estate Investment Club. Or you can reach out to me at area code 404-844-1828. Once again, that's area code 404-844-1828. You can email me at Thomas F. Chappelle Jr. Thomas Chappelle Jr. Thomas Chappelle 33 at yahoo.com or ThomasChappell 33 at yahoo.com. Looking forward to it. Thank you very much for listening to us again. We'll see you next month. Have a good day.
KCAA is your CNBC News affiliate. We're the station that gets down to business.
Tahibo Tea Club's original Pure Pouty Arco Super Tea comes from the only tree in the world that fungus does not grow on. As a result, it naturally has antifungal, anti-infection, antiviral, antibacterial, anti-inflammation, and anti-parasite properties. So the tea is great for healthy people because it helps build the immune system, and it can truly be miraculous for someone fighting a potentially life-threatening disease due to an infection, diabetes, or cancer. The tea is also organic and naturally caffeine-free. A 1-pound package of tea is $49.95, which includes shipping. To order, please visit TahiboTeaClub.com. Tahibo is spelled T like Tom, A-H-E-E-B like boy, O, then continue with the word tea and then the word club. The complete website is TahiboTeaClub.com or call us at 818-610-8088, Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. California time. That's 818-610-8088, TahiboTeaClub.com.
Tune in to The Ferran Dozier Show. Music marks place and time, the soundtrack to life, Sunday nights at 8 p.m. on KCAA Radio. Playing the hottest hits and the coolest conversations, Sunday nights at 8 p.m. on The Ferran Dozier Show, with an array of music, talk, sports, community outreach, and veteran resources with hits from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and today's hits. The Ferran Dozier Show on KCAA Radio on all available streaming platforms and 106.5 FM and 1050 AM. The Ferran Dozier Show on KCAA Radio.
With 60 years of fascinating facts, this is the man from yesterday. And back in time, this time to 1972. New TV show on CBS Saturday nights, The Bob Newhart Show, also starring Suzanne Plachette.
I think I'm overcoming my agoraphobia.
I didn't even know you had a fear of open places.
Open places?
Agoraphobia is a fear of open places.
Oh, I thought it was a fear of agricultural products. Well, anyway, wheat doesn't scare me anymore. I'm still a little skittish around barley.
And from this time in 1977, he's the king of the quip, Paul Lynde, who has made a name for himself as the center on Hollywood Squares. Paul Lynde has been with the show for about 9 years.
When a man falls out of your boat and into the water, you should yell, "Man overboard." Now, what should you yell if a woman falls overboard?
Full speed ahead.
Paul, your rooster has been fixed so that he no longer has romantic interest in hens. What is the proper word for him now?
Suicidal. And from this time in 1960, it looks like the electric guitar is out front finally on a hit record. This one's called Walk Don't Run by a new band called The With More at manfromyesterday.com.
It's time to shop in the cool, relaxed comfort of the Tri-City Shopping Center in Redlands, conveniently located on the I-10 freeway between the Alabama and Tennessee exits. Bring the kids too and watch them play in the only indoor fun center, High Five Indoor Playground, where parents are welcomed on the playground. Birthday celebrations are encouraged, so make plans for some great fun at the mall. More reasons why the Tri-City Center is called the Mall with a Heart.
We've all heard jokes that begin with a rabbi, a priest, and a minister walk into a bar. Well, a rabbi, a minister, and a deacon actually walk into the KCAA studios every Sunday morning at 7 a.m. to host the radio program Religion on the Line. And that's no joke. Together, they offer a mixture of humor and serious conversation about things that really matter in life and how to make our lives happier and more fulfilling. They compare religious doctrine and learn from each other while bringing a unique perspective of religion to the KCAA audience. Listen every Sunday morning from 7 to 8 a.m. for Religion on the Line, the intersection of humanity and divinity, right here on KCAA Radio, the station that leaves no listeners behind.
NBC News Radio, I'm Dina Kodiak. Governor Ron DeSantis is urging all Florida residents to prepare for severe weather since Tropical Storm Ian's path is still uncertain.
It's too soon to say that there's not going to be a wobble or there's not going to be any type of curvature back into the Florida peninsula.
Speaking at a news conference Sunday, DeSantis told Floridians to expect power outages, fuel disruptions, and even evacuations as a hurricane of this magnitude bears down on the state's eastern coast. Along with declaring a state of emergency in all 67 of Florida's counties, the governor noted both state and federal governments are pledging help. Tropical Storm Ian is expected to strengthen into a hurricane as soon as Monday morning. 2 U.S. military veterans captured by Russian forces in Ukraine are back home in Alabama. The pair were released as part of a prisoner exchange involving Saudi Arabia, and the news surprised family members who welcomed their return.
This caught us completely off guard, and apparently the rest of the world.